Right, well, we're live, and again, let's talk about Elland Road, of course. I'm going to say this a few times, I think, today, and I'm hoping for 3 points. I'm not really too bothered about the performance. I'd love it if we'll go and stick 5 past them without any reply, but I don't see that that's going to happen anytime soon for us. I certainly don't see that we're going to have a clean sheet today. I certainly think that Southampton have got enough in the tank for them to cause us some problems. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but I am sneakily confident of a Leeds win. I don't know what it is. Is it nerves? I don't know what it is, but I've got the odd tear running down my eye today, and I think, is it just a case of, is it nerves? Are we going to win? Are we going to have a performance? Are we going to survive another season in the Premier League? It's all to play for. All of the managerial changes, the backroom staff and everything else that's going on, the players must be, I don't know, they must be drained. They must be drained. It must certainly be a really hard time for them. Anyway, if you've got anything that you want to say, you want to join in, say hello in the comments. That's great. I'd love it if you do that. And of course, we're here ready and waiting for another epic roller coaster of a match from Elland Road today. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that very shortly. Team news is coming soon. Let us know your thoughts if you have the team news, if you know or have any expectations about what side he's going to put out. Perhaps you've got some idea about what's been going on this week with Javi Gracia. I hope that I'm pronouncing his name right. A lot of people are not even spelling it right, let alone pronouncing it right. I will be the first to admit that I butchered his name. I thought it was Garcia, and I didn't really spot the R after the G for some reason. I think it's because it's one of those common Spanish names, isn't it? It's a common name, Garcia, and we're less familiar with Gracia, as we said here. So, Premier League, 6 matches including Leicester, Arsenal as well. They're playing, and we'll keep you posted on the results as we go through. Or the scores as we go through today. Not that we're too interested in what's going on over there at those other games. We're trying to get hold of the lineup at the moment. We're not having any. Don't have any news on that at the moment. As soon as we get it, we'll let you know. Of course, I think they're going to be putting that out in the next. Few minutes, hopefully. So I'll just save it. What I'm doing at the moment, if you don't know, I'm updating these little banners and messages at the bottom. And making some new ones. I haven't really had much time today. If you don't know, I have a little boy, so I spend a lot of time with him during the weekend. He's 9 months old, so he requires a lot of attention from us all. A couple of things from Gracia this week. He said that the target again is to remain in the Premier League. He didn't say that directly, but you can assume that that's the brief from Orta and Rads that we're in the mess, we're in the mire, and we need to get out of it. Premier League has got to be the target, I think. He said that during his press conference it's a whirlwind of a few days. He's not really had much time, and he says that he's suffered from a bit of a lack of sleep. I think it's been all hands to the pump trying to get this work permit sorted out. That's sorted out now, obviously, and getting to know the team, getting to know the squad, the backroom staff, the auxiliary staff, the other staff that might be there helping him along. He said it's been an easy decision for him to accept the challenge after conversations with the board of directors. I'm just summarising what we talked about in the live the other night. If in case you joined it or you watched it, thank you so much. It's always appreciated if you do join or watch any of my content on my channel. I hope it's useful, I hope it adds value to your day, and I hope it gives you a little smile on your face, whatever it is that I come up with. Yes, the players want to improve the results, of course they do. It was something that he alluded to, that the players are not satisfied with themselves. So that's one thing, that at least they're being honest, and that they admit that yes, we are in a relegation fight. A lot of people are denying it. That a lot of fans are saying, "Well, we're not in a relegation fight." Other people have denied it. There's no doubt in my mind we are in a relegation fight, and if we lose today, I'll tell you, it's going to be. They'll be calling for Orta's head, I think, or Radzani, because I think it's a foregone conclusion that there's only one way out of this, and it's to put a string of wins together and hope that the other teams around us fail to do that, and we have to get out of that bottom three and try and pull away as quickly as possible. And one of the things that Gracia said, that I'm not worried about my future. Well, of course. It sounds like he's on some kind of short-term rolling contract that's going to take him up to the end of the season, I think, no matter what. I'm pretty sure that, they're hoping that results will start swinging our way. I think we've been unlucky at times. We've been unlucky to drop the odd point. We've definitely been unlucky and well worthy of collecting 3 points when we've only collected 1 this season. And I also think that it's just the way it is sometimes in football. Teams go on a bad run of form, bad run of luck, and on a dime that can change. It's amazing that we're struggling so much to get a goal in the Premier League versus the FA Cup, but that's the difference in the teams that we've faced. Cardiff, Accrington, Stanley, to name but 2. You would expect that we score goals against those teams because they're lower levelled opposition, and it just shows that this Premier League this year is, I think this is the toughest league for a long time. I don't ever remember it being as tight down in the bottom half for a long time. Not this tight anyway, where you could put 3 wins together and you can be up in mid-table very quickly. And look how Man United have capitalised on other teams' inability to string wins together. They went 13 wins on the bounce, didn't they, before we got a point against them at Old Trafford. That's all credit to Skabala, isn't it? It's I'm just trying to get that reflection off my glasses there, because even now it's behind my screen and it's causing me a bit of a problem. So we'll try that. Now a bit better. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you've got any opinions or thoughts about the lighting. Of course, I will be trying to improve and change the setup as the time goes on. Let's hope that is indeed the case. And yes, hello if you're watching. A couple of my viewers are down at Elland Road today. A couple of my subscribers are there, so a couple of people who have commented on the channel. I'm absolutely delighted. I wish I was there. I can only say that much. I wish I was there, and in other cases, I wish I weren't. I wish I weren't. It's going to be a nerve-wracking afternoon down at Elland Road. I don't see it's going to be an easy afternoon. I think it's going to be a tough game. But I think there will be goals, and I think there'll be quite a lot of. I think there could be quite a few goals. I see that both teams are very, very weak at the back. We know what Southampton are going to do. Pretty much, they're going to be trying to exploit our weaknesses. especially our left back position, and they're going to try to be tight, compact, pretty much like any other team has played against us, tight and compact. Get an error when we're in the final third, or get a tackle in when we're in their third, a long ball up, and hope that the attacking player can run onto it, skin our defenders. That's if we have any defenders at the back. Go on and test Meslier. I mean, we've seen it so many times, transitions in play, and where we've a missed pass has gone astray, and it straight away puts the opposition on the front foot. All of our players are in their final third. A long ball up to the halfway line, and if anybody's back, great. If not, which is more often than not, we find that we're conceding these sort of silly goals. We've had mistakes at the back, and I just generally think that our luck is due to turn. It's got to do. It really has got to do. I think today could be the day, folks. I really do. Here's to praying, crossing fingers and everything else. I think it's going to be a really, really tough game for us. I think it's going to be... I'm hoping for a win, but there is a part of me that says it's got a draw written all over it. Two poor sides. And when I say poor sides that are leaking more goals than they're scoring, sides that are weak at the back. We of course have a big problem today because we've got Wöber out. He's been impressive since he's joined us. I think I'm really, really pleased with his productivity, and I'm really pleased with what he does for us on the pitch. And I think it's going to be a really good... Of course, I think it's going to be not an easy win. I think it's going to be an interesting game where there's going to be a lot of carnage. I think there'll be carnage today. Carnage. So we're just going to have a little look, try and update you on the team situation. We don't think it's been released yet, but it has actually. We think it's been released. It has. It's there. They've got it. Meslier, Eilingcock. What? This can't be right. What? Bloody hell. Shocking news from Elland Road. Meslier, Eilingcock, Wöber, Firpo, McKennie, Adams, Aronson, Harrison, Nonto, Bamford. This is what is being reported at the moment from Elland Road, and I'm going to have to get some confirmation because we were led to believe that Wöber could be out for up to 6 weeks, and this is unbelievable. I mean, Gracia didn't say very much. In fact, he didn't want to speak about. Oh God's sake! Just read me out. I'll sort that out. I'm just trying to change the title of the stream as we speak. He didn't say very much. In fact, he denied when asked. He said that he didn't want to talk about injuries. He said he didn't want to disclose, or he said that it was all a little bit up in the air. And it's a miracle. I mean, he went off, and we were all sort of told that it's a dislocated shoulder, which I thought, well, yeah, dislocated shoulder. It shouldn't take him too long to get over that. Then there was some gossip going around that he's going to be out for 6 weeks. and there could be a break in the bone, blah 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 blah, and here we are today, not a day or two later, and he's not on the bench, folks. He's not on the bench. He is starting for Leeds United. I can't believe it. I really can't. But anyway, so there is the confirmation. And Woba starts for Leeds, and it's an incredible bit of news, is that, for us. I think it's a great bit of news. I hope that this guy can certainly... I'm going to get you some confirmation of that just as soon as I can. This is initially what is being reported, and I can only tell you what's been reported, alright? So, I'm not responsible for any of this stuff. I just deliver the news, based on the research that I can do. And surprise for Southampton, our star defender is starting. Meslier, Ayling, Koch, Woba, Firpo, McKennie, Adams, Aronson, Harrison, Jack Harrison, Wilfred Nonto, and Patrick Bamford leading the line. Suggested lineup today is it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation. However, that's always up in the air. That could change as the game goes on. Bench warmers, people on the bench, and they've changed the registered name of the Pineri Monteiro. We'll just put the subs up there. We'll give the subs a bit of a credit as well. Wait just a second. So that's a huge bit of a relief, I think, for Leeds fans. Firpo has improved, I think, over recent weeks. I'll just let that scroll across the bottom, and then when Bamford's name's gone, we'll get the subs on. And here come the subs. The sub notices are Rocker, Somerville, Giabi, Robles, Rutter, Christensen, Pinheiro, Monteiro, and Greenwood and Fernandez. So, a very, very good bit of news for Leeds. It's been a week of good news, I think. We've got a manager who's got a work permit organised. It's all been sorted out, cleared and authorised by the FA, signed off by the government and all the rest of it. And now we've got Woba back for us. That is a huge sigh of relief. I can't tell you how much I'm relieved about that. I'm going to just have to amend that one, actually, because I'm going to try and do something that I've not done before, which is put those little dots above his name. However, I'm going to have to knock it down. Woba starts for Leeds. Let me just... Oh God, I need a space bar putting in there. I need a bit of space, mate. I need a bit of space. Yeah, it's very surprising. Very, very surprising. Woba's starting for Leeds. I'm absolutely delighted for that. I'm delighted for him. I hope that he's at 100% and that we're not gambling with his... there we go, look at that, eh? I hope we're not gambling with his fitness. I hope we're not going to take a risk on him. I'm pretty sure that if there'd been any doubt about his fitness or his ability to play today, they wouldn't have played him. He sounds like he's quite a shrewd guy, does this guy, Gracia. So I'm pretty satisfied that it's going to be a good game, and I think our odds of not conceding have just gone up, and that's the main thing, isn't it? We must not concede today, and we must not give Southampton any cause for optimism. We must go out there and absolutely dominate. Not just dominate, but manage the game and not give up the 3 points. If we get ahead, let's stay ahead. If we get ahead, we keep them out. We get ahead, make sure the door on them is closed. We do not want to be giving them any cause for optimism today. I'm pretty sure that the Elland Road crowd will play their part. I'm also pretty sure that it's going to be a cauldron of an atmosphere, because a lot of Leeds fans not happy about that Everton performance. A lot of people not happy about that. Let's have a look at Southampton. Bazunu, Maitland-Niles, Bednarek, Bella Kotchap. God, a couple of doubles. How many double? I think Southampton are a team of double-barrel surnames. Paraud, Armstrong, Ward-Prowse. He's the man to watch. Number 8. Always a thorn in the side of any opponent, that guy. Lavia, Elewusi, Suleimana, Onachu, the starting 11 for Southampton. Walker Peters, Kaleta Carr, another double barrel surname, Armstrong. Hopefully there's no more. Caballero, Mara, Janepo, Alcaraz, Dalio, and I don't believe who's on the bench for Southampton today. This number 32 shirt, it must be Theo Walcott, is it? Is it Theo Walcott? Welcome back to Elland Road, Theo. Always a decent player for us, but I'll never try and disrespect any player who's played for Leeds, given their all for us. And I thought he was always a good player when we had him. So Woba starts for Leeds, yeah, of course. I'm gonna just try and get the Southampton side up there now. So just give me a minute while I get that done. There's no news yet from the broadcaster. We're pretty sure that'll be about 7 minutes before kick-off. They'll be going on air. It'll usually be I don't know who you get, but we usually get Paul Dempsey, and then there's an Indonesian guy who, I don't know who he is, but usually they have because they do it's like a dual language broadcast that we receive here for obvious reasons. But Leeds seem to get quite a bit of support. There's usually quite a few Indonesian Leeds fans who enjoy watching. And interestingly enough, if some of you watch my community tab, you'll know that I work in a school, right? So I teach English over here in Indonesia. And it was interesting because some of the kids came up to me this week and said, started asking me about. Some of them are a little bit, they're into all the glory hunting stuff, PSG, Real Madrid, etc. And one of them said, who's your favourite player, Mr. Gary? I said, at Leeds. I said, at Leeds? Oh, well, of course, Nonto. I think Nonto's electric for us. Why do you ask? I really like Sinistera. I was like, you like Sinistera? How is it these kids are, they all know that I sort of follow Leeds, right? But it kind of surprised me quite a bit, because I was like, well, I didn't realise that many people were watching Leeds, actually. But I think probably maybe we're gaining a bit of popularity. We're on every week over here. What happens is on our TV service or online service. We get to select any game in the Premier League, pretty much. So, here's to thinking that maybe Leeds are going to become a little bit more popular, a little bit better known, or as well known as what we were in the noughties, and the time that period when we were in the Premier League for a lot of years. I'm just trying to. Alright, so after Armstrong we have Caballero. Alright, I'm just putting the names of the. Yeah, I wish I'd do something about this. It's not on really. It's a bit of a faff. They've got some kind of character restriction per box, so trying to fit all these double barrel names is a bit of a pain in the arse. Anyway, we could keep trying and testing some strategies to. Oh well, we're not really bothered anyway. Benzemu, Maitland-Niles, Bender, Derek, Bellacott, Chap, Paraud, Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Lavia, Elanoisi, Suleimana, Onachu, and then substitute Walker-Peters, Coletta, Carr, Armstrong. After Armstrong, I can't fit them all in, unfortunately, unless I can make that into a. What is it? Make it into a scroll. Can I scroll that or not? Yeah, that might give me a bit more. It might give me a few more characters. Let's just see if that works. Copy. There, yeah, it does work. Yeah, I don't want. I'm not too bothered about Southampton, to be honest with you. I don't care about. Don't care about the names. I just want them to appear, and then at least as the game goes along, if there's any question, I always have something to refer back to. But here's the full Southampton side now. This list should include the substitutes: Lavia, Elawasi, Sulemana, Ochu, substitutes: Walker-Peters. Why does that name ring a bell? He's a decent player. I don't know why he's on the bench, but anyway. Caletta, Carr, Armstrong, Caballero, Mara, Japanero, Alcaraz, Diallo, and then Walcott. Yeah, so it looks like I'm for static ones I'm limited to 200, but for scroll across the bottom ones, there we go. Right, okay. So headline again, just to repeat in case you're joining. Woba starts for Leeds. We're now 21:31. So not long till kick-off, I believe. 30 minutes apparently, and I'm just going into my channel now just to make sure that I'm not missing anything, comments or anything like that, because sometimes we don't always get to see them at real time, and obviously if there is, I do apologise if I do miss anything, but we'll have a little look. And we have Josh Dillon, and he says he thinks it's going to be 2-1. Okay, 2-1 he thinks, so we'll just give him a little shout out there. I hope that pastes. And there we go. And he says 2-1 Southampton, 2-1 to Leeds. Manjosh Dillon, and he says it's 2-1 to Leeds. Is this? He thinks it's going to be. It seems he's one of my super fans. Watches a lot watches quite a bit of my channel. I don't have many super fans, but I do have 16 subs on the channel now, so it's growing nicely. Quite a lot of views, actually. I'm doing quite well for views. But if you have any questions about that, do let me know. Right, I'm going to take a little break. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll be back. Very, very shortly, I hope. Just a second while I get that done. I think it might be time actually for a cup of tea, Yeah, oh yes, a cup of tea, and then we get the cup of tea on, and then I'll be back in it. I'll just leave you with a bit of lo-fi while we get that done. Just a second. There we go. And I think we've lost our mic there, so we'll just check what's going on. Check mic. Yeah, looks like it's all right. We'll get over there and check this out while we're waiting for the broadcaster to start. Premier League, here we go. Premier League predictions, and Leeds United have a 36% chance of being relegated. Apparently, here we are. Here's what we're looking at. Qualify for UCL -1, less than 1%, of course. Win the Premier League, of course, less than 1%. And interestingly, they have Everton, Bournemouth, and Southampton as the relegating 3 teams, with Nottingham Forest staying in at 30%, just slightly lower than us. Now, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to bookmark this page. It's going to be interesting to see if that changes after today's result, and obviously how does that change, and what is the effect on it. They have our goal difference down at -16. Of course, it's not that at the moment. Forest, interestingly enough, -30. What's that? -31, is it? Goal difference? Yeah, it is. And their point tally will be... you can see over time it changes a little bit. So, yeah, interesting at the moment. Leeds 37 points. We're going to stay in the Premier League by a point. How has this been calculated? Well, interesting. And it says Forecasters Soccer Power Index ratings from 40 leagues updated each month. So you could go on here and find any league that you wanted to. They not only do Premier League, they do or football, they do other sports, other contests, competitions as well. I'll just enhance that view there, try and make it a little bit easier for you guys to read. And Woba starts for Leeds United today. I'm absolutely I'm so pleased for that. So pleased. We'll just get over there just a moment. We'll have a look. Yeah, so just looking across the top, they have Arsenal as the winners, with a goal difference of 41 and a total points tally of 83. Man City 82. There's your points at the moment. Look, 19 points at the moment. So it's all to play for, isn't it? It's all to play for. I think we'll finish a bit higher than that. I think we'll finish higher than Forest. I think we'll finish higher than Wolves, and possibly West Ham, and possibly Palace as well. I think possibly West Ham. I think we're going to go on. I'm so optimistic. I think we're going to go on a bit of a winning streak. You know, look at the points difference here. It's only 7. That's 2 wins and a draw, isn't it? They're quite. These are the teams. Are they? Have they come across a bad run of luck, a bad bunch of decisions yet? Look at Liverpool, Manchester United. I think Man U could end up winning this league. I do, and I think that the Ten Hag has transformed Man United unbelievably. So I honestly think that they're going to I always say, and most Leeds fans and most football fans will tell you the same thing. Never write off Manchester United, because they're just one of these teams. It's almost as if they've got the Ferguson touch back with Ten Hag. They've got another win down in Barcelona. They keep winning. They've got an incredible fixture list compared to most teams at the moment. Seem to be all in most trophies, and I think they're taking every competition under Ten Hag very seriously. Keep saying, yeah, the squad's tired, blah blah blah, but when we played them at Elland Road, I remember sat there thinking, they just literally sat there knocking the ball about at the back. They're not doing very much, and when they tend to just start playing in the last 20 minutes. you know, and they'll just do enough to make sure that they don't concede, number one, and that they'll get a goal or two in the final 20 minutes. And if you look at how they've won these games, most of them, they won in the second half, late on in the second half. Is it waiting for the opposition to lose their legs? Just trying to grind out these results. They're not convincing results. They're not going out and stuffing teams at 4, 5, 6-0 every week. They're just grinding out the results, and it's all well and good. They're not too much high press. They'll stand off the ball and they'll let the other team play away, play nice and compact. Then they'll try and catch you on a counter, and when they are in possession, you know, they could quite easily find a pass. They've got a bit of creativity there, and I think the quality is the thing, isn't it? And if you remember that ball from Luke Shaw, and he just pinged that in, knew where Rashford was going to be, he popped that in, and the quality, it was just unbelievable. I mean, you might think, oh, it's a lucky ball, blah blah blah. No, that, mate, I'll tell you, that was quality. He beating whoever it was at right back. Might have been Christensen that day, I can't remember, but a good bet for me. Don't write Man United off. These are the teams above them. They keep slipping points, keep shipping points. Man United, they're not shipping points like the others are, and they certainly aren't being beaten. Very difficult side to beat, I think, under Ten Hag. So, yeah. My prediction, all of this waffle about supercomputers and all of that jazz, nah, don't write Man United off, mate. They're there, and they'll sit there and play it down. Oh, we're not in a title race, mate. We're not in a. You are. You're in a title race. What are you at the minute? Third, and you're not in a title race. Come on. Stop talking so much tripe, man. Right, well, we'll go and get over and see what's going on at Elland Road. Is there any video feed at the minute? Is there any stream happening? And we're not sure just at the minute, so I'm going to get that checked up for you. And as soon as we're ready to start, we'll let you know. But the big news coming out of Elland Road at the minute is Wober's starting at the back. For Leeds, it's I think that one's caught everybody by surprise. I think I like the new manager. I like what he does. I like what he's about. I like what he says. He's a man who seems to know his football better than the previous manager. You know, you can't include Skabala in that because I don't even think he wanted the job, to be brutally honest. And the news I'm getting from Elland Road is that the teams are now in the tunnel. Leeds are in the tunnel. Mellier's talking to the mascots. And there we go. Yeah, so here we go. We're getting ready to come out. Southampton are yet to join us in the tunnel. Teams are coming out onto the pitch, so here we go. And the Leeds anthem rings out around Elland Road. They're just actually lining up in the tunnel. The referee, the match officials, referee, linesmen, they're also just arriving at the front, in front of all the players. Big news from Elland Road is Wober's starting. and it's a full house as you would expect down there at Elland Road today. It's a really good atmosphere by the look of it. The fans are going to be getting behind the team and cheering them on. I'm just being asked if I'm playing on my PlayStation now. So apologies for that. I've got a game date that I've just had to reject on the PlayStation. Teams are out on the pitch. And it's very vocal down there. The fans know what this is about. They know what's at stake. This is a massive game. Gracia's going around. He's applauding the crowd by the dugout. The fans. The fans are there as well. So yeah, it's Orta's there, Radzani, and Kinnear. Oh no, it isn't. I'll tell you who that is. The president of the 49ers. He sat next to Victor Orta. And it's this gentleman here. I'll tell you his name. It's not a very difficult name for me to pronounce. But he's there as well. I'll soon tell you who it is. Pradath, is it, or something like that? It's an Indian descent type name. Apologies if that doesn't sound great, but he's the president of the 49ers. He's sat next to Victor Orta. So, you know, apparently this takeover is going through. He's probably in Leeds to discuss a few matters about the takeover. And yeah, someone's asking there, Leeds game on LUTV, please. No, only if you have the special code. I don't know what that is. Rocker is in the squad, but yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna put something in the community tab just to let my fans know that let my fans I don't have many fans, but anyway, let them know the score, the lineup, and I'm just gonna put that in on the community post. Okay. Let's see if it's where is that picture? Oh, it's down in downloads. Right, okay, yeah, so there we go. Yeah, it looks like it's all been there we go. So we'll just get that put on the community tab, and then anybody who wants to see it can see it. It's just the team lineups, etc., and it looks like we are now underway at Elland Road. There's not much happening at the minute. They've kicked off. Where's that bloody picture? I don't know if that'll upload, but anyway. There we go. Yeah, so It's a throw-in to Southampton. Southampton are playing in a what looks like a black or a dark blue strip. It must be an away kit that they've got. Kind of difficult to tell just while the stream gets sorted out. But the ball is... Leeds are pressing already. That's a lovely ball. And Nonto's picked it up. He's on the left-hand side. And it's Tyler Adams who's made a bit of a volley pass to Nonto. Leeds are playing it back down the line now. And it's gone back. So a little bit of early press from Leeds. It's 1.5 minutes in to the game at the minute. And there's a bit of a foul on Bamford. But referee plays on. He says it's not a foul. So just waves it away, carries on. And Leeds, it's all to play for down at Elland Road. It really is. The squad are going, the fans are going crazy. Singing at top of their voice. And Mellier's got the ball. He's on the 18-yard box, at the edge of the 18-yard box. There are the Southampton two forwards are pressing him a little bit. They're not retreating, but Meslier plays a short ball and it's gone down to the left-hand side. A bit of a shove there, I think. Yeah. That's a lovely bit of play, that. Leeds are playing like a completely different side in this first couple of minutes. Already they look better. They look a bit balanced. A crossing from Nonto, but it wasn't a very good one. Quickly kicked away by the central defender there for Southampton. A lovely little through ball to Nonto. He checks inside, cuts it over to Bamford, and Bamford just can't get his head to it. Bamford retreating in his run, ball just whisked across the front of his forehead there, and you had to think if Bamford gets his head on that, it's a quality cross. There's plenty of pace on it from Nonto. And it's a golden opportunity for Leeds, and that'd have been a great start for us within 3 minutes, scoring a goal. Yeah, and it's another good ball. Harrison and but unfortunately it was a ball to Nonto, and Nonto has been flagged as offside. He doesn't agree with the linesman's official on the near side here. That's the west standers we're looking across, and he is offside. It's not clear, but yeah, it just evades. Patrick Bamford does that ball. He's trying to get to it. I think the ball was played a little bit behind him, and he just, as he was advancing there, Patrick Bamford, he just couldn't take a step back and make a proper connection with it. So positive things from Leeds in the first few minutes, but that's how it was against Everton. If I remember rightly, I was pretty convinced that that we would go on and win that game, but as the first half wore on, and after the first 15-20 minutes, it was clear that Everton came into it and then literally dominated the entire game after that. Leeds only getting, not even a shot on goal. And if you saw my bit of a meme of a YouTube short, you'll have probably thought you probably think that, you're not a Leeds fan, you're not passionate enough, blah blah blah. Listen, I was as disappointed as the next person about that performance, about that game. So gutted about how we ended up losing it, and I sometimes think that if you don't laugh, you're gonna bloody cry, and you don't want to cry over football, do you? Ayling now has the ball. Plays it into Harrison. He's on the right hand side at the moment. Jack Harrison. And there's a little foul there on one of the Southampton players on Lavia. And Southampton have picked up a free kick just inside their half. Southampton play it back. They're just playing it across the field at the moment. Ball's on the right hand side. It's difficult to see who it is and who's picking up these balls at the moment. We've got a bit of a blur on the picture on this stream. Win probability is Leeds 45%, draw 28%, Southampton win 27%. So let's hope that that's a good, a correct statistic for this match. McKennie's over on the left-hand side at the moment. He's trying to do a bit of marking for a Southampton throw-in. So the throwing goes all the way out for a Leeds United goal kick. Melié's picking it up. He's not rushing to get over there and get this goal kick taken. And just incidentally in the background, the camera's just zoomed into the Southampton manager, and Gracia is out there giving the team a bunch of instructions, and there's a bit of a challenge there on Aronson, and Aronson goes down, but he gets up quickly and he plays the ball over to Nonto. Strikes it with his right boot. It's a low and hard, but it comes off the Southampton defender. It was on its way in to the far post. Looked like it was a shot on target to me, did that? And if it is a shot on target, we've done in the first 8 minutes of this game what we've failed to do in 90 minutes against Everton. We'll try and get that analysed, and as soon as I get a replay, I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure that was looking like it was going in or nestling into the bottom right-hand corner as we're looking. And Nonto's causing all sorts of trouble down this left side. But he's tracked, and he tries to cross the ball in. It goes for a corner. And Willie Nonto's got a corner ball for us. He doesn't look like he's taking it. Yeah, the Southampton back four are not in line, and Willie Nonto's trying to take advantage of that. The central defender's dropping a bit deeper. Cock is in their box, and it's a terrible corner. And I think is it Aronson who's taken that? It might have been Aronson. It's difficult to see at the moment because there's quite a bit of a blur on the picture. Southampton managed to knock the ball away, but there is an injury to Bella Kotchap, and it's looking like he's holding his right knee just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Keeper comes out and helps him up, and the camera's looking at Robin Koch as the potential offender. Yeah, Robin Koch just catches his side of his boot with the underside of his boot in a 50-50 challenge. It's about knee high as they're making that challenge to try and win the ball, but Robin Koch came, he was second best there and caught the player, Kotchap, so he's going off, it looks like, perhaps for some treatment at the moment. It's a drop ball, and the ball's up by Melié, And Leeds don't play it back to Southampton. Instead, they keep possession. And Kotchap's rejoining. He's come back on the pitch. That's a nice little bit of play from Patrick Bamford. But Aronson just makes a bit of a hash of the pass. Southampton picked the ball up, and Adams has committed a little foul there, I think. Oh. Yeah, Adams' right boot went across the front of the Southampton. It was Kotchap again. Went straight across the front of his shins. Just missed him by a whisker. There's no contact, but the referee didn't like it as a challenge, and he's given Southampton a free kick, even though there was no contact there. So Southampton are knocking it about at the back. They're trying to retain possession, and I think trying to suck Leeds out, trying to make us advance up the pitch. We're not doing that as what once we probably had done. Oh, and there's a back pass. Southampton are living dangerously at the back here. They're knocking the ball about and across the park, across the 18-yard box. Possession at the moment in this first 12 minutes, Leeds 74%. Just to give you an idea that yes, we are dominating the play. We've had the better of the chances in these first 12 minutes, but there's still no score from Elland Road. Nobody's. The chances haven't really been that clear cut. Patrick Bamford probably came closest, but he just the ball was just slightly behind him as he went in for a header. Ward-Prowse's. Ward-Prowse is averaging 1 goal every 2 games pretty much. We're just talking about his statistical analysis, and he's the only player apparently in the Premier League to play every single minute of every single game across the EPL. So it's a really don't be fooled by this lot today. Even though they're down where we are, this is getting a win out of them. They're fighting for survival as well. It's going to be a real battle, a ding-dong battle, I think. But so far, Leeds have had the better of the play. They're dominating the possession, and at the moment, it's down the left-hand side, about 30 yards away from the corner flag. Leeds throw in. McBalls gets played back, and it's all the way back to Meslier. It's alright, okay, it's not interesting. But while ever we've got the ball, they aren't, and that's a terrible ball from Luke Ayling. He's giving it away. He's trying to play a square ball there, and it's plays it straight to the Southampton midfielder. And that's another bad challenge from Robin Koch. And the Southampton player manages to get it across the 18-yard box. Luckily for Leeds, there's nobody in the 18-yard box for Southampton. And now it's Leeds' turn to live dangerously, and they've crossed the ball in. It's headed away by Robin Koch. It's a low header, but it's only cleared out. And luckily Verber's cleared it up so far, but Jack Harrison's back there. He's down by the corner flag on this near side, and he blasts it against the player. The ball loops high up in the air, and it's gone for a Leeds throw in. Yeah, that crossing from Southampton there, that it was not a great cross. If it had have been, we would have found ourselves in a lot of trouble there, I think. Really, really good cross, and it's play coming down the Southampton left-hand side, so our right-hand side, and Luke Ayling was probably the architect of that Bit of Southampton play. It was a really, really poor square ball from Luke. That one. But the ball's now made its way all the way back to the Southampton goalkeeper, who build again. They're not in any rush, Southampton. They're knocking it around at the back. It's almost as if they're playing a bit of a sweeper system. Yeah. Yeah. That's Lavia through the middle. Ball's just about by the. I hope you can hear me all right if you're listening along or watching along. And I have one person watching, so yeah, it's always nice. Say hello, that's all right. Brexit geezer, I'm back. Hello. I'm just listening in on the audio. Just making sure that making sure that everything's all right. Well, hello and welcome back. Let's hope that we have a better performance. Brexit geezer, do you have any predictions? Hello and welcome back. Let's hope that we have a better performance. Not much happening at the moment. There's it's been knocked around in the middle of the park by both teams. There's a break in play, and it's Jack Harrison, I think, with a little free kick there on inside our own half. Ball's made its way over to the left hand side. Jack Harrison is on the right. Big news as well, if you haven't already seen, Wober is on the pitch for us, Rocker's on the bench. So an interesting bit of news from Ellen Road. Gracia has been very astute about not talking about injuries and suspensions and all of that stuff. Players coming back, players not out.